Welcome to the NBA Top Pick Show, powered by Analytics. I'm Tom Mettler, he's Adam Scherher, and I guess we can talk some Western Conference Finals because there will not be another Western Conference Final show that we will be doing. It's going to be all Eastern Conference NBA Finals from here on out. Unlike the Minnesota Timberwolves, we did show up for work today. I was laughing really hard when I think it was like Richard Jefferson was like 10:39 Central, time of death. I was like, dude, this was over like 15 minutes into this game when it was like 15-4. You could just tell right away. So we go 1-on-1 on the bets yesterday. Anthony Edwards goes under on the rebounds. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes over on the assists. And honestly, when I was watching when it started, the Wolves, that defense to start, he threw like 4 or 5 alley-oops to Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein like within the first like 4 minutes of the game. That was the moment I was like, this is over. They're not even rotating on defense. Like they look like they quit early. Like, what did you catch any of that game yesterday?
I didn't watch it, but I was paying attention to the stats. And yeah, like I wrote off the SGA bet immediately. And then he actually only ended up going over in like at the very end of his final stint, like in the fourth quarter, I think it was. So still almost got there, but yeah.
He had 7 and then they dropped him down to 6 and then he got back up to 8. So, but the first like couple minutes, he was just driving the lane and he even looked shocked. He's like, no one's guarding the alley-oop. Like, watch me just throw this. Like, where's the rotation on defense? So that looked really bad on the Wolves, in my opinion. That was pretty awful. They didn't look like they had any compete left at all. Like, literally had the game started as like 15-4 or whatever it was. They scored 9 points. Oh my God. Yeah, that was something. So Oklahoma City Thunder on to the NBA Finals. I saw someone making the case too. They're like, you could argue this actually might end up being the worst Oklahoma City Thunder team to win the NBA Finals if they pull it off, because Chet's going to get better, J-Dub's going to get better, SGA is going to get better. They have all these first-round draft picks. You're like, they won 60-plus games, number 1 seed, might sweep the NBA Finals. And
the OKC Thunder right now are like the team that you build in 2K and franchise mode, and then you get bored with it because you're just like, there's no way I can even improve this team. Like, this isn't fun. I don't get to make trades or sign free agents because I have 100 good, I have 100 first-round picks. I have 100 good players, and you just like start over because it's too easy.
Yeah, like I was thinking about last night, what does even Sam Presti do the next like 5-6? If he probably every deal he negotiates is trading like a current first-round pick to like an even future first-round pick, just to keep it going, because like you really don't even need to make these picks at all. Like Cason Wallace is in his second year and he's coming off the bench playing significant minutes. Like, they're all young. Alex Caruso signed a like pretty good team-friendly deal, I would say, because they have the money. It's just wow. Like, this is not going to be the end of the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's just really just the beginning here. So pretty exciting for them. I don't know. I think they'll kill whoever comes out the East, but we'll move into the Eastern Conference here. We got game 5 tonight. New York Knicks, Indiana Pacers. Knicks about a 4.5-point favorite. I don't think we'll see a 1-2-3 Cancun from the New York Knicks tonight, not at Madison Square Garden. So we're on first bet. We're on a bet 365. And we are going to go to the assist market. We're going Ben Shepard over half assists, plus 145. Yeah, plus 145. They're on the board. So once again, that's Ben Shepard over half assists, plus 145. Rudy Gobert was a half assist yesterday. First rebound of the game. He kicks it out. Guy makes a shot. He has 1 assist. So hopefully we get something. Yeah, he doesn't start, so it won't be that early. But you want to break this one down?
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what you're hoping for. Like, his mean projection is for you to lose this bet. It's less than 1, but obviously you can't get less than 1. It's 0 or 1. So in the series, he's averaging like 0.8 potential assists per game. We have him projected for 14 minutes, which is exactly what he played last game. And when you think about how the series has gone, I think you can't have absolute confidence, but you can have more confidence in Indiana sticking with a similar rotation than you can the Knicks. I think there's really big question marks on what the Knicks are going to do, but I assume we're getting somewhere in that like low to mid-teens range from Ben Shepard. And it really just comes down to the price here at plus 145. I think that there's a good enough chance, we have it projected that there's a good enough chance that you just get that 1 assist from Ben Shepard that you need, that it makes it worth it at that price.
Yeah, there's really not much to say when the guy's half assists.
Right.
Plus 145 too. Like, not even, that's not a small number. You just need someone to make a shot off a pass that, and he needs to get minutes. There is probably not, but I was gonna say, I guess there's the off chance that maybe the Knicks do run away with this game because the narrative desperation. Ben Shepard sees more minutes, but I don't expect that. I expect it to be a close game. So,
and I will say though, like, and it's not likely, but there is also a non-zero chance. Like, if Indiana does for whatever reason change the rotation, there is a non-zero chance that Ben Shepard just doesn't play, and then you end up voiding this bet anyway.
Yeah, he also kind of has that role of, if Nembhard or Neesmith get into foul trouble, then he kind of sees more minutes because he's kind of like the next guy off the bench who would play defense there. So first bet, Ben Shepard over half assists plus 145. We're on to the second bet here. We're staying at bet 365. We're staying in the assist market. Another low total. Always one of my favorite numbers is 1.5. And we're going Deuce McBride over 1.5 assists plus 155. That's a huge plus price. I want to say last game he was like plus 110. Game before that he was about minus 110. So he keeps missing. It's getting longer, and you're hitting the button here on the plus 155. You want to break this one down?
Yeah, it's really just taking advantage of uncertainty with the price, I think. Like, I have no idea how many minutes Deuce McBride plays here. I thought he would play more last game. I didn't think Tibbs was going to go right back to the full 9-man rotation with Shamet and Wright in there. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see the Knicks change something up here. I just don't know what it is, because in terms of plus minus, at least, like, DeLon Wright's actually been really good when he's on the floor. So, like, I don't know if he gets kicked out of the rotation in this game and McBride gets more minutes. But the thing that I do like here at this price is that we only projected McBride to play 18 minutes. McBride is live to play upper 20s. Like, he was playing 25.5 minutes in the first couple games of this series. If they do tighten the rotation here and it is like Shamet and Wright that are removed, then all those minutes are available for McBride. So there is some path to McBride playing significant minutes here. But even with only an 18-minute projection, we think this is a good enough price at plus 155 to take it. So I did like that we have that sub 20-minute projection on McBride, basically projecting McBride to have a similar role as he did last game. And keep in mind, like 2 games ago, he didn't play a lot of minutes. He still played like 14 minutes in the second half. It was just that he barely played the first half because he picked up 3 fouls immediately. So we really only have that one game of McBride intentionally not playing a lot of minutes. And again, don't know if that changes this game or not. I really think there's a lot of different ways Tibbs could go. And I didn't expect him to go the way he went last game. So I'm not going to pretend I know what he's going to do here, but I think at plus 155, you're just really taking advantage of all that volatility that comes with it.
I didn't expect either, because I put McBride alts in an SGP. It didn't hit. We're going Yahtzee saying plus 164 on FanDuel for Miles McBride. Maybe check the 2+. It might be in the 2+ versus the over 1.5 there. So there is a slightly better price there, plus 164. Couple of things for McBride. I guess the DeLon Wright, Landry Shamet thing, like, so it worked the one game, so then he kind of ran it back the next game, then you lose. So there is that chance, like, okay, now we make another change and we go more Deuce McBride. Like, McBride's one of their better perimeter defenders, and Halliburton had 30 points, 10 rebounds, 15 assists, no turnover. So you kind of got to change something, like maybe a different defender. You saw McAllister just get pulled off of Tyrese Halliburton there near the end. The other thing too, which I guess is kind of sneaky, is Karl-Anthony Towns is questionable. I mean, I probably expect him to play, but like, it's not like Mitchell Robinson is already playing alongside Karl-Anthony Towns. So if like Towns is not able to play 35 minutes, or say he doesn't play, I think he will play, but those minutes actually might go to Miles McBride. Like, it could look different. It's not necessarily to just assume like it's Precious Achiuwa. So I think there's a multiple different paths here, and this price has just climbed to a point. It's like, it's the same with Ben Shepard. It's like, you're on the floor, like it's 1.5, it's half, it's big plus money. At that number, we'll take it type thing. So you have something else to add?
Yeah, and also, like, it goes back, I mentioned that the Knicks were winning the DeLon Wright minutes, but it goes back to the issue with plus minus as a whole too. Like, if you're just using plus minus to try and guess rotations today, you have Deuce McBride was minus 14 in 14 minutes. DeLon Wright was plus 11 and 9. Like, maybe Wright plays more, but also Wright was pretty much just playing non-Tyrese Halliburton minutes. To your point about, McBride being a solid defender, the Knicks were just getting torched in the Halliburton minutes. So it's not as simple as just saying, oh, DeLon Wright, they're winning his minutes, he's going to play more. Like, it still is very easy to make a case for McBride just playing more minutes here.
Yeah, I think 18 is really low. The second you said 18, I was like, that's pretty low. So the fact that you still have an edge at that number, that really stands out there. Third bet here, we're going to, I don't think we listed a book here. We're staying at bet 365 there. We're going to run it back, actually, and kind of scare some people. We're going Jalen Brunson under 30.5 points, minus 115. Last game we had under 29.5. He finished with 31. He had a really hot start, and then he didn't score much in the fourth quarter. He just got over by a bucket. But we're going back to Jalen Brunson under 30.5. Adam, you want to break this one down?
Yeah, I think this is just kind of taking advantage of the difference between mean and median in a small sample. Um, for the series, Brunson's average points per game is very high because you have like the 43-point game, you had a 36 or 38, whatever it was in game 2. But he doesn't project to continue having games like that. And again, it doesn't matter how much he goes over by. If he goes over, you're just talking about, how often is he going to go over? And this number jumped again from last game when it was 29.5. We have him projected for 38 minutes here. Maybe he plays a little bit more, but he still only played 37 last game in a game that they obviously really needed to win. So I think a 38-minute projection is reasonable. Like, yeah, he could play more, but that hasn't been what we've seen. Have him projected for like 28 points here. So I think you're just kind of seeing the line move along with the fact that his point per game average in this series is very high, when really the point per game average doesn't matter as much as, what is his median number going to be.
Yeah. T. Lee saying there's a boost on FanDuel for Brunson that takes it to plus money. So if you can utilize that, definitely use that. If you can move the number, obviously the juices and the number is always the most important factor in all of this. Del, if you have that tweet, if you can bring it up here for a second, because I thought it really highlighted. We were talking about Aaron Nesmith last game in the injury. He is questionable. He's definitely playing. He played last game. He can play tonight. But look at this. Jalen Brunson had 31. So Aaron Nesmith must not have played. Brunson with Nesmith on him was 30 minutes. He was 3 for 13, 10 points. Brunson with Nesmith off him was only 7 minutes, 6 for 6 from the field goal, 7 of 8 free throws, 21 points in 7 minutes. That's crazy. So obviously the Pacers have seen that. Nesmith has been really, really good on Brunson. So you talk about like, they obviously are just going to keep him on him. I think that stat, I saw that after last game, and I knew because last year they kind of played this game of, in last year in their playoff series, it was, they initially started Nembhard because Nembhard kind of like analytically is their better defender, but he had problems with Brunson. And then they went to TJ McConnell. And then it wasn't till like the back end of the series that they actually started putting Nesmith on him. They figured that out for this year. It's 100% Nesmith guarding Jalen Brunson. But you look at that should, like, Rick Carlisle and staff should look at that and be like, we do have to match Aaron Nesmith's minutes with Jalen Brunson because he is a stopper for Jalen Brunson. So we're talking about this number moving one more point higher, 30.5. I thought that stat really stood out there. So we're going back to the well here. Jalen Brunson under 30.5 points. 3 bets today. Ben Shepard over half assists plus 145. Miles McBride over 1.5 assists plus 155. Jalen Brunson under 30.5 points minus 115. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. Even if you're watching a replay, I do go in and check. I can answer those questions for you. This concludes NBA Prop Pick Show powered by EV Analytics. We will be back maybe next week for the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 6 would be Saturday. Maybe not. Probably the NBA Finals. I think it starts next Thursday. So TBD when the next show is. We will tweet that out, obviously, depending on the schedule. Good luck with your bets. Enjoy your weekend. Del, play the song.